and was fired from working there in June after I had reported fraud and infiltration into the organization. But I would have to give you some like serious background information in order for you to understand this like complex situation rather.
For them while residing in Brooklyn?
Yes, they are a national organization, so, and a virtual one. So they work across the country virtually. So a lot of my colleagues were across the country: Chicago, Minnesota, California, New York, like that, Philly.
Okay, so they're a non-for-profit organization. And their license, they can operate here in New York also?
Yes.
They're nationwide, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like what it would be considered, I know there's been breaches of HIPAA law and confidentiality and fake, the use of fake therapists and fake wellness team, and they targeted my specific disability and situation, and during my vulnerable time just used that to do a biopsychosocial on me, and the lady is a social worker, has a social worker license, and is not hired to do that job, and then use Borealis funds to fund my personal work that I was doing that was related to the job in terms of advocacy, but you just utilize that in a very deceptive way in order to gain like personal information from me, and using therapy and HIPAA laws and all this stuff in order to retract this information, and it was all fraudulent, it was all fake.
Were you an employer, or were you receiving services from this organization?
Both.
And you were terminated by them in June 2020. You said, why specifically?
Because I reported a crime against me. They don't have no reason to fire me. I got pay increases. I've just had a recent evaluation done. I've been excelling in my role, in my job. There's no reason to fire me. They fired me because I exposed the infiltration and the illegal fraud that was being done to use my personal experience, my vulnerable moment for this wellness team, and extract information out of me that they wouldn't otherwise have.
Who did you report the crime to?
To HR.
Okay. So you went directly to the human resources of the organization, and you're saying you were terminated in retaliation of that?
Yes, and they didn't even retaliate against me immediately. I became the person surveilled and monitored. They disabled my access to my email so that I couldn't contact no other staff person. They because I was doing my job from my laptop, the laptop they provided me with, because it's a virtual organization, they wiped out my access to my laptop, and at the time I was taking vacation time. I had taken 6 weeks off and just recently being released off of parole, but like all of that stuff that was already surfacing for the advocacy work that I was doing, it was a lot that was happening. So I was out of